Hi and welcome to my next video. As you can tell, I attempted at doing kind of a barbarian alien, I guess you could describe it. I used the stereotypical alien design and just kind of added some tribal patterns and the tubing on the sides of the head. As you can see, I did not paint the back of my head or the sides of my head because I was just doing this for a video. If you're going to some sort of event or Halloween party, I would spend the time and paint your whole head. I started off with the tubing on the heads. I used Instamorph, which is a polymorph plastic, basically a moldable plastic. You just heat water to 140 degrees Fahrenheit and 60 degrees Celsius, then pour the polymorph into it, wait until the plastic goes clear, and then you carefully take it out of the water and then just mold it to whatever shape you want. If your plastic hardens up before you finish molding, then all you have to do is put it back into warm water, let it melt again, and then just continue molding. The plastic dries a white color, so you can either choose to paint over this with acrylic paint, or you can just leave it as is. I left it because I liked the white with the purple, and it was part of, I guess, my color scheme. Then I began with the application of the alien makeup. I pulled all my hairs at the front of my head backwards, and then I spiraled the rest of my long hair around my head, trying to keep it as oval as I could, because if you don't, then your bald cap is going to look quite odd shaped. My long hairs actually added to this project because it made my head look a little bit larger than it usually is. I then placed the bald cap onto my head and positioned it the way I wanted. I made guidelines of where I wanted to cut the bald cap and then cut it while it was on my head. If you don't feel comfortable doing this, then just take it back off and cut it while it's over your head and then put it back on. This is just to get rid of the excess bald cap. I kept the bald cap over my ears because I was doing an alien and I liked how that looked. If you were actually applying a bald cap, you would cut out your ears so you can still see them. I rolled up the edges of the bald cap and then used spirit gum and placed it underneath the bald cap where it would stick to. I waited until it was tacky by tapping it, and then I placed the bald cap on top of that and just waited for it to dry. I continued with the rest of the bald cap. Once it was all dry, I concealed my eyebrows again using a non-toxic glue stick. Then I used liquid latex around the edges of the bald cap to conceal the transition line a bit more. I then drew some outlines, which you should just ignore because I put blue in that later and I got rid of it in the end because I hated it, so just ignore that. I painted the entirety of my face, well, nearly the entirety of my face in purple, and it looks like a member from the Blue Man Group, but yeah, I just covered my whole face in purple body paint from the Mayron palette, and this is all water-based. You could try this with grease paint, but I don't think it would work as well, and you could definitely do this with alcohol paint. You'll just have to be careful around the eyes. Again, ignore the blue things. I began adding dots or tribal designs onto my face, and I actually used a crop circle design for this that inspired me with the dots and kind of the patterns used, so I'll leave that in the description, and I kind of just continued that with the whole of my face. I did it by taking the end of a body painting brush, wetting that, and then dipping it in the water-based paint so that it'd be easier just to create this circle shape. I painted my lips with black body paint because I didn't have any black lipstick, and then I marked out where I wanted the tubing to go and slowly cut small holes with a pair of scissors. If you are too scared that you're going to cut your hair or anything like that, then do this before you place the bald cap onto your head. It's a lot harder, but if you're worried about cutting your hair, then that's the only way. And then just place the tubing one by one into those holes, and it's because of how light the plastic is, it holds itself in place. Thank you for watching this video. I hope this helped you in any way, whether it was applying a bald cap or learning how to use polymorph plastic or just learning how to create a weird alien. I hope to see you again.